Hello, this is Jamie McGlone with the Northeast Alabama Area Operation Christmas Child Team. We're so excited to have our project leaders on our meeting today, and we just want to encourage you with a testimony of a real shoebox recipient, Miss Dania Andraos. And Dania is here to share her testimony and how the power of a shoebox affected the life of her and her family. So, Dania, we're excited to have you, and I'll turn it over to you now.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie, for having me here and for everyone who is doing the work that you do to make stories just like mine possible. And so I want to take a few minutes to share with you how that experience was like. But I'm originally from the Middle East. I was born in a country and to the first within facing but they were 40 old. So I've been very worship songs in it. I really wanted to have something like this, and it became this prayer in my heart that I know that my family needs it, and I know that I wanted it, but I know we could not afford it. But all I know is that we're trusting God with this need. As days went by, one very special day, we went to church gathering, and I received a beautiful Operation Christmas Child shoebox gift, and it was the first gift that I had ever received. And I was so excited. I remember I was shaking from excitement because this was so beautiful, and it was wrapped, and it was what I have always imagined a gift would look like. So as I took the shoebox and we went home, and as my family sat together to open the gift, as I opened the lid of my shoebox, when I looked inside, everything was colorful and brand new. And that was not a usual thing for my family, to have things that are beautiful and brand new, because things that I had were passed down to me. And so I loved that everything was like this in my shoebox. And I found school supplies, which was very important for us to go to school. And I found hygiene items, a toothbrush and a soap and a washcloth, which was really important for us to have as a need. And I found so many toys. And my favorite was a beanie baby like this one that I love so much. And also a slinky that I thought it was a bracelet at first. And then later on, I learned that it can come down the stairs on its own. And it became my absolute favorite. But as we were pulling those items from inside the shoebox, there was another small box inside it. And as we opened this small box, we pulled an item that shocked my family. And that item was a mini radio. And I remember as I was looking at that gift, looking at that radio, and realizing that this was exactly what my heart desired, And out of millions of children and millions of shoeboxes, God orchestrated for that shoebox to come to my family with the things that we needed and had prayed for. But what are the odds that somebody would pack something like this? And as I was sitting there, I realized that it was truly a work of God, that when I felt unseen and rejected because of my faith, and when I felt that I was in that part of the world that nobody knows about me, God was showing me that He still sees me, and He can still hear our prayers and answer them. And this was a time and a way for me to understand that even though we're in situations outside of our control, we have a God who is in control of our lives, and we should not worry, because He's got my family, and He's always going to be there to provide for us. And so that definitely became the highlight of my childhood. And I carry that with me until this very day. And so I'm thankful to be on this end, be the one to pack boxes and share the story that God has written in my life. But I'm also thankful for the people that are involved with Operation Christmas Child, like the project leaders, who are the ones that make it happen. It's not easy to motivate people to start packing shoeboxes, but it is as a result of their work as stories like mine become possible. So I'm just so thankful to do this, and so thankful for you, Jamie, and for everyone as well.
Well, Dania, I appreciate you sharing the heart of your story, and what I hope our project leaders are encouraged with, just some things that I heard from within your story. Something that impacted me was how powerful these boxes are, not only to children who don't know the gospel, but how powerful they are to children who are believers in other parts of the world, to not lose hope and to realize that there is a God who loves them and hears them and sees them, just like you've said. So, when we're packing and organizing our events as project leaders, the other thing that spoke to me was, we worry so many times. You have so many people at our different locations that are worried about what we put in the box, and does it make sense to send a radio, or God has a purpose. If it's put on your heart to pack that item in that shoebox, God is orchestrating something far bigger than our minds can comprehend. And so, just encourage our project leaders to, how transformational this process is, and how we need to go into it with prayer. And as we pack those items, if it's on our heart to put those things in the shoebox, encourage your people to put those items like a radio or a beanie baby or a slinky in that box, because God has a plan to orchestrate something amazing through that. So thank you for encouraging us, Dania, and thank you, project leaders, again, for all you're doing to help carry the gospel around the world.